Hey, good morning guys. Welcome back to another video. And welcome to the jungle. I don't know why I said that. I hate Guns N' Roses. Absolutely hate them. I'm about 15 miles west of Fort Lauderdale, even though it doesn't look like it. Probably the most beautiful park in all of South Florida. Massive southern live oak trees, totally overgrown. Just vines swallowing everything. I've shot a couple videos from here before. I usually shoot with my friend Mozam, but he is, I believe, off in Colorado now, having a great time, I'm sure. So thought I'd come down here. There was a little bit of mist in the air this morning, but it's kind of dissipated by now. The park doesn't open until 8 o'clock. That's so frustrating. But yeah, it's kind of overwhelming trying to find a composition here. But I have a couple things in mind from the last visit. So I'm gonna go try to find that again if I can, and I'll be back with you when I find it, if I find it. I have to apologize. As beautiful as this park is, as you can hear, it's in the flight path of the Fort Lauderdale airport, so they are flying directly over this morning too, so sorry about that. Every 2 or 3 minutes one comes over. All right, so I think I got my first, mosquitoes. So I think I got my first composition of the day. It's gonna start off kind of easy today. See this behind me? I got this this tree that kind of splits in two. It's covered in vines, and it's just here on the pathway. But then in the background, I have all those trees that are kind of bending into my composition. It's just kind of a nice pathway shot. I know those are pretty cliche, but I think it'll make a nice shot to start the day. Again, airplanes every couple of minutes, sorry. There it goes. Okay, so yeah, let me get this shot. I don't think I'm gonna focus stack this. I don't think it really calls for that. So I'm gonna put a focus point right on that tree right there behind me. And yeah, let's see how this turns out. I'll put it up on the screen for you now. I think before I even take a shot, I am gonna use some bug spray. For those of you here in the US, this stuff is amazing. It's called Murphy's Lemon Eucalyptus Oil. And it actually smells pretty good for bug spray. So yeah, I'm gonna get in my neck, my ears. All right, should be good. Let's get that shot taken. So I picked today to come down here because it was supposed to be completely overcast, about a 70% chance of rain showers. And as you can see, it's pretty sunny. And that's a problem because it's so overgrown and wooded in this forest that everything's so dark down here on the ground. But then you get these amazing hot spots where the sun is shining through. So hopefully the forecast holds true and we get some cloud cover. At least it will diffuse it, even it out a little bit. But I'll keep looking around, see what I can find, and hope for those clouds to move in. All right, so I think I found my next tree to photograph here. Really nice, old live oak tree, southern live oak tree. And unfortunately, it's going to be another pathway shot because sometimes in this forest there's not like a lot of options. As you can see, there's just no getting off the path in a lot of places here. It's just so overgrown. Yeah, I have this southern live oak here. It's kind of bent out over the path a little bit, and it's all covered with vines. It's just absolutely beautiful. Looks like it's been kind of influenced the way it's grown by probably the winds off the ocean, as a lot of these trees are back in here. and you know, some of the hurricanes and tropical storms that we have. All the trees tend to lean this way a little bit. Very cool. It's completely covered with vines, all the way from where you can see over here to all the way to the very end. So yeah, this one's gonna call for photo stacking. I have some nice little wildflowers growing here in the foreground, and then some shrubbery leading up to the actual tree itself, and then all the way up to the top of the tree. Probably 4 or 5 shots, including all the way out here to the end. That way I get the pathway nice and sharp too. All right, let's see how this looks. And also today I'm trying to do both vertical and horizontal orientations, just to see which looks better. A lot of times, a couple times I've been down here before, I've shot everything in vertical, and then I kind of regret it when I get home. So I'm trying out some horizontal compositions as well. So as you can see, this image really didn't work out. I like the idea and I like the composition, but the sunlight hitting the tops of the trees at that time in the morning was just too harsh. I definitely want to try shooting this image again, but I think I'm going to have to do it on an overcast day where the light is diffused and more even. All right, so this next shot is not a pathway shot. I actually found a little clearing behind me where I can actually even walk back in there if I need to. Yeah, it's all overgrown with vines, so I'm probably not gonna walk back in there because God knows what I'm gonna be stepping on. But yeah, I have a ground cover of basically vines. Then I have like I don't know, it's almost like a wall of vines right there. And then this giant oak tree, probably about 75, 80 feet tall behind me, that kind of twists out in a couple different directions. The only problem with this composition is I have a tree here that you can't really see all the way up there, but it kind of juts into my composition and kind of runs into the branches of that tree. But I don't think it's a problem. I don't even think you'd be able to tell unless I told you like I am now. It just kind of all comes together and kind of converges like a canopy. So I think that actually looks pretty cool. Yeah, so this one's definitely a focus stack. It's probably only going to be a vertical orientation shot because it's so tall. But yeah, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. There's chipmunks running around from tree to tree, and seen a snake already. So again, another reason I don't really want to go back into those vines. But yeah, absolutely beautiful. Let me get this shot for you, put it up for you now. I really like this first image despite some of the highlights. The sun was a little bit more diffused than in the previous image I just showed you. But this next image is my favorite of the day and maybe one of the best woodland images I've ever taken. And all I did was just move to the right of the tree that I was just telling you about that was jutting into my frame, and it was almost like a tunnel of vines. I framed the image with a tree on each side and got a really nice mixture of highlights, shadows, and a little bit more diffused light. All right, we'll leave this guy alone to do his thing. Just wanted to show you what we got back in here. All right, so my last composition, the one that I really came down to this location for, is obviously only good for very overcast days maybe, or even sunset later in the day when the sun is there shining here. Sun goes behind these clouds, but they're kind of like real thin clouds, so I'm just still getting too many hot spots up there in the sky. And it's a beautiful tree though. It's ancient. It's probably several hundred years old, probably one of the older ones in here. One of the bigger ones has amazing twisty branches. It's like something out of a Dr. Seuss book, really. I'm gonna have to come back down here some evening, like I said, when the sun is in the west, shining that way, highlighting the tree, It's just so bright, you know, up there in the sky, in between the branches, and then the bark of the tree is just black with shadows, plus the vines on it too. So yeah, I'm gonna try this shot anyway, see what I can do. If I get it, I'll put it up on the screen for you. I think I was a little ambitious when I said I was gonna try both vertical and horizontal shots today. This park is definitely not really good for horizontal shots because just everything's 75 to 100 feet tall. So anyway, it was a good thought. Let me get this shot here, and I'm gonna head back to the car. I think that's it for today. Hope everybody's enjoyed this look at this amazing, amazing park. All right, hope everybody's doing good out there. Let me know what images you liked today, what you thought of the park, and have a great week, and we'll see you next time I have something good to show you. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. We'll see you. Bye.